Hi, my name is Kendall Young with DIGGS, and I'm here today to talk about the home buying process because home buying is not the same as home shopping. In fact, I think that home shopping is just the tip of the iceberg, and most people are completely unaware of everything that happens underneath the waterline that is necessary for you to get into a home that you want. And I think that the internet is really responsible for this. It's made home shopping so easy and seamless that everything else just has gotten swept underneath the table. In fact, I think that it's been made look so easy that many of you might even be wondering, what does a buyer's agent do for you? Well, today we're going to answer that question, and we're going to go over some information that many have found really helpful to get the home that they want. And I'm going to share with you first a roadmap of how we buy a house. And I've broken that process down, that roadmap, into 3 phases. What happens when you're preparing to buy? What happens while you're shopping for a home and negotiating an offer? And what happens once your offer is accepted and we open escrow? And an agent's ability to understand these phases and help you make great choices is critical in this competitive market. So let's talk about the 3 phases and the components in each one. So in phase 1, when you're preparing to buy, we first need to understand your goals. We need to understand what you want and why. Then we need to understand your priorities, because your priorities is something that's at a deeper level and it goes way beyond just how many bedrooms or bathrooms you need. Then we need to help you understand the market so that you understand why things are happening and what you can do to leverage the situation in your favor. In the next phase, when you're finding a home and negotiating the offer, we need to make sure you understand your loan, because your lender is so critical as a partner in this process. Then we'll talk about shopping. We can help you take it far beyond just what you see on the internet. Then we'll talk about how we help you evaluate the home so that you wind up paying what the home is worth to you. And then lastly is our offering strategy, because making an offer is a lot more than just the price. In phase 3, we'll help you understand the escrow process. First, you'll need to understand the inspections. How much do they cost? What kind of inspectors? How do you put that information in perspective? Then we need to talk about the escrow process, all of the disclosures, the paperwork, the loan documents, and procedures. Then lastly, we talk about the closing and how we close so that you can move in a time frame that works for you. Is there anything you wanted to learn about that I haven't covered in this interview? Okay, great. So if I was in front of you, I'd be asking you a bunch of questions about you, because that's really what this is all about. We would first start talking about your house. I'd want you to describe everything: the aesthetics, the floor plan, quality of light, how much storage, what kinds of rooms you need and how you're going to use them, the condition of the home, just everything that you can think of that's important about the home that you're ultimately going to live in. Then we'll talk about the neighborhood that you want to be in. I'll want to know about the amenities, the aesthetics, whether you want to be on a quiet street or you want to be in a place with lots of life and going on. I want to know everything about that, about the schools, how close it is to your work, just everything. Next, we'll talk about how and when you're going to buy this house. In that vein, we'll first talk about your financing. Will you be getting a loan, or will you be paying all cash? How about your down payment? What percentage of the sales price do you plan on investing? Is your down payment in the bank and ready to go? Are you currently renting or owning the place that you're in? We'll need to know that so that we can understand timing. And when it talks to timing, what is your ideal time frame for moving into your new house? After we're clear on all of that, we'll get into what I call the deep dive, your priorities. Everybody wants things like convenience and safety. They want a particular aesthetic, a great investment. They want to be in the best neighborhood they can be, a place where they can entertain, or a particular floor plan. So everybody wants these things, but not everybody wants them in exactly the same order. So I will be asking you, which one is the most important one on this list to you and why? What's the second? What's the third? If I can understand your priorities, it'll help me find homes that might look different than what you expected, but are actually perfect given your higher priorities. Now that we know all about you and what it is that you want, how you want it, we're going to talk about the marketplace. I'll ask you, do you feel like it's a buyer's market or a seller's market? And then we'll talk about the market dynamics that are behind your feelings. Right now, the number of homes, in 2006, which was the peak of the market, and things were really tight. Buyers were all crying there was no homes to buy. At that peak in 2006, on average, we had about 550 homes available for sale during a time where everybody felt it was quite tight. The inventory today, though, is pretty surprising. Right now, we are on average about 100 homes for sale in every given month. That means that it's 5 times less homes available on the market today than there was during the peak of the market. Well, you might be thinking, golly gee, it was a lot harder to buy. It's a lot harder to buy a house now than it was back then. So maybe even though there's less homes, since there's less buyers, I should be golden, right? Okay, let's take a look at this chart called month supply of inventory. This shows us a relationship between current supply and current demand. So again, let's take a look at 2006, peak of the market. At that time, we had about 5.5 months worth of inventory. And to put that in perspective, economists describe 4 to 6 months worth of inventory to be neutral or balanced. Neither buyers nor sellers are in control. So what does the inventory look like today? Well, as you might expect, it's tight. We are looking at about 2 months worth of inventory on the market, which means it's 2.5 times harder to buy a house today than it was at the peak of the market in 2006. So to put this in another way, honestly, there's just not enough good homes to go. There's just not enough homes to go around. And what that really means is that multiple offers are the new norm. Now, some buyers will call this particular situation a bidding war, but that is an emotionally charged term that may keep you from buying a great house. In fact, in a multiple offer situation, it's the prepared buyer that wins, not the emotional buyer. Because when you're completely prepared and educated, you can make great business decisions that work for you. So why should you work with me? Well, it's so that I can help you be that prepared buyer. For example, we know that we can give you some winning multiple offer strategies because we know that while money is really important, probably the single most important thing, it isn't all about the money. And we can give you some winning strategies that most buyers have never even heard of. We have expert market knowledge, and we can help you assess each home's value. For example, appraisal valuation, because the appraisal is critical to your loan. We can help you understand how comparable sales relate to the home you're thinking about. After all, we were probably inside all those comparable homes. We can also talk about the home condition and how that impacts the value of the home you're considering. Do you have a mobile device that you use with internet connections? Well, we have a mobile strategy that really will help you search for homes. With our mobile strategy, you can direct message us on any home that you see as you're out in the field, and we can tell you what we think of that house and what we know. You can click to make a showing appointment with us right there in front of the home. And that also will allow you to find the homes that are near wherever you happen to be. So, out having brunch with a girlfriend and you want to see what's available in that neighborhood, our mobile home solution can do that. It can also help you find open homes that might be nearby. At DIGGS, we work as a team, and there's quite a lot of power in having lots of human beings help you get the house that you want. We work together as one. We aren't a bunch of disparate individuals. We work as a true team, and what that means is we create more opportunity for you. All of my buyer's agents are out there every day looking for opportunity, and they bring them back several times a week so we can trade those opportunities so that all of our buyers benefit from all of our searching and networking. We can better meet your schedule, and we can respond a lot faster. Now, the last thing, and it's by far the most important, is reputation really matters. When you work with DIGGS, you get instant credibility because listing agents know our clients are better educated and better prepared. We tell the truth. We don't tell lies just to get somebody into a house, and we work really hard to make sure there are no surprises and no unpleasantness. In fact, we have a track record for smooth transactions. And a smooth transaction is what a seller wants. The only question left really is, shall we get started working together?